Hey, this is Southern Tier's Fall Seasonal. This is called Harvest Ale, another offering from Southern Tier. They've been one of our favorites lately. This is an extra special bitter. It's not a pumpkin ale, not an Oktoberfest, as you see oftentimes out of these fall seasonals. It is an ESB, premium bitter, 6.7% ABV. We'll serve it into an English pint. Gets a good rating on Beer Advocate, 88. An even better rating on Rate Beer, a 94, so they think highly of this one. Deep ruby in color with deeper hop flavor. Throw fresh English hops into every brewing vessel, then they dry hop after fermentation to impart a zesty kick. On the nose, it says caramel malts, pine, resin, grassy flavor, grapefruit, spicy, and hoppy as well. Snappy hops, whatever snappy hops are. Kind of sounds like a pale ale or an IPA in that description. So let's open up Harvest. Now the label here is very brown, so it looks almost like it's going to be an Oktoberfest or a pumpkin ale, but it's neither, as we covered. Any other blurbs on this beer? Brewed with 4 varieties of hops and 2 types of malts. Nothing as far as anything specifically, just kind of like pictures of wheat. I guess, to signify harvest. So we'll pour into this English pint glass from Guinness, and as we do, we see a very light brown, about an amber-colored pour with a decent head. I'm going to say about 5/6 of a finger or so. Almost has a dark lager kind of quality to it. Nice frothy head, as I mentioned, and decent body. Not murky. Very crisp kind of look to it as we get the aroma now of Southern Tier Harvest. You're getting a deep grapefruit smell, just as advertised. A little bit of a pine. Not really getting too much of that caramel malt sensation. Maybe a tad or so, but it smells like kind of a dank IPA. Although it is an ESB. So let's get the taste now. Ooh, wow. Bitter. Definitely a bitter. It's as advertised. Getting a very subtle hint of the grapefruit and the pine at the forefront, and just the bitterness basically takes over it. Very good representation of the style. This is another really good one. I'm going to go ahead and give Southern Tier Harvest Ale a 9 out of 10. You want the bitter part of it, I guess, in this style to be a little bit more in the forefront, and it is. It definitely takes over the beer. I would like, and I don't want to cross styles here, because if there's too much pine and citrus and grapefruit in the forefront, it's going to be a little more toward the IPA, which is not the style that this is. However, I do want that. I think they could have done a little, very, very little, tad more on the forefront. Just very little to push it up a notch. But it's an excellent beer. That's just nitpicking. 9 out of 10 is an excellent score, obviously. Caramel malts. Not really getting too awful much of that in this beer as they advertise, but just a good representation of the style. And I'll tell you what, I don't understand the ESB being a fall seasonal. Oktoberfest and pumpkin ales are the only fall seasonals that I can think of that make any sense. A lot of these breweries slap a beer that they say is going to be a seasonal. Like, you really could brew all year round. This beer could easily be brewed all year round. So I don't see why they would call it a fall seasonal, but I'm divorcing my opinion from that, and it's a great beer standard. So that's a 9 out of 10 for Southern Tier Harvest Ale.